Once upon a midnight dreary, you've been told till weak and weary of the blackbird lately perching on Pallas's bust above my door. How he set my soul with gloom, sitting in my silent room, choked with darkness, choked with doom, pining for the lost Lenore. How melancholy gave way to madness, thanks to his sole word in store. And that one word? Nevermore. I failed with the arcane arts to bring life to her once warm parts. Parts that once aroused feelings, unanswered now, forevermore. Nothing came of spell or tincture, save to make a dandy stink cure. A nice thing in a pinch, sure, when bird sits above your door. But mostly life was grim, depressing, deep to the core, with that bird's croak as its score. Sitting there upon my bottom, I wailed winter into autumn. Discomfort drove my memory clearer, finding my rear end was sore. Sorrow painted Lenore too great. Her nose in public she picked and ate. She'd clean me out on a date, then leave me lonely at the door. Lunacy gone, madness lifted, so, said I, to bird of yore, be gone with your nevermore. With soul well purged, well catharted, 's time my social life was started. Donning dancing shoes, I carted them toward the waiting door. Then my fingers on the handle, a rude mess fell on my sandal. Sooth, I cursed both heaven and hell, gazing high above my door. There the raven, perched he gloating. Let me pass, I did implore. Quoth the raven, nevermore. The nerve, you of lowly species, I said, wiping off the feces. To bar me from retreating out my only chamber door. My great gloom has gone expired. You have constantly conspired to give me grief, and now I'm tired of your gaudy metaphor. Then the raven, perched and gloating, turned his tail out once more. Quoth I to raven, nevermore. I reached the door and open flung it. Answered he, then with more dung, it hit me squarely, and there clung it to my healthy pompadour. I cursed the bird, I dethroned him with gross adverb and synonym. Black, dark, dank, and so dim, gaunt, ghastly bird whom I abhor. Knowing no oaths made to counter, save that one word, nevermore. The beast, he croaked that word once more. There I stood, I fumed and sputtered. Then his wings he flitted, fluttered, and launched himself, pecking, jabbing, decking me out on the floor. Rage could be no longer bottled. I took his throat, and I throttled, till his body, wrung and mottled, dropped its feathers on the floor. Madness claimed me, and I squeezed till my hands ran with birdie gore. The raven, he spoke nevermore. My life has now been turned around. I've sold my house and moved to town. A fine, unpretentious chamber with no bust above its door. And lost Lenore, have no doubt, I now take Annabelle Lee out. We date Dutch treat, and she puts out. We're legend on the ballroom floor. Best of all's my pet cat Pluto. 'Twas bought to keep, I implore. Out all birds forevermore.